Takže ahojte, ja vás vítam u ďalšieho videa na hru Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Je to vlastne natáčanie z PC Gameu z Londýnu, kde sa vlastne predstavuje hra. A budem sa snažiť tam aj komentovať, teda skoro vôbec. A proste to, čo s tým spravili a ešte čo majú v pláne, to je proste neskutočné. Každému odporúčam túto hru, lebo keď to vyjde, tak to bude niečo mega. Dobre, bez ďalších komentárov. Zabavte sa, ako som sa zabavil ja a príjemnú zábavu. Majte sa.
Hi everyone, my name is Jane and we are here at PC Gamer Weekender 2016 in London. Right now we're gonna watch a gameplay of upcoming game Mount & Blade Bannerlord, and I will ask a few questions to Frank afterwards.
Hi, I'm Frank Elliott. We're here at PC Gamer demoing live gameplay from Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord.
No nie je to úžasné?
Jump into, what we're actually doing is loading a save game here. We're going to tell you what we're doing and where we're heading with it once we get started with the demo. The first thing we want to do is we want to make ourselves a face-to-face with the demo. Okay, technical difficulties. Okay.
Very excited about and have worked a lot on. It's a big part of role-playing to be able to change your character's appearance. So we have really fun making our customizable options detailed and realistic. It's still a work in progress, but it's turning out just like we wanted. And one of our goals has been to give the user absolute control, just like any other Mount & Blade feature. We have body type sliders, 2 of them, to change the body build and body weight. And we also have ability to change our skin color, age, and voice even, which is cool multiplayer. And we also divided up the GUI. We decided so that we can have quick results by randomizing all, and we can also go into specific parts of the face and randomize them on their own, which is very useful. For example, unique eyes or unique eyes. So another thing that is completely new in Bannerlord is animations on the face. It's not fully implemented everywhere in the game yet, but it's all laid out in the engine, so we can support this in conversations and in battle, basically wherever we want. Of course, we also allow every player to customize their character fully in multiplayer. So you will all have access to this tool, and this is the tool we use to create our unique characters in Bannerlord as well, and also generated characters. So to demonstrate a little bit of the power we have in this character customization in Bannerlord so far, I've prepared a few faces, and let's go through them. Maybe you can recognize one of them.
Dobre, tu sa tu zastavím. Ak ste počuli, vlastne tento customizer bude aj pre multiplayer, čo je úžasné. Ale teraz si pozrite tieto ksichty. Koho vám pripomínajú? Schválne, či uhádnete. Ja som to uhádal asi 3 som uhádol. Tak prvý jasný Einstein.
This guy.
Tak, a tu je náš východoeurópsky diktátor. Neviem, či viete, ale je to Putin. A toto má byť Barbar Conan. No, takto mi ani nevyzeral, keď má tie dlhé vlasy, tak fakt, že aha, Arnold.
So you can see we've really put together a very powerful tool. And this is really important for us when we're developing the game because as
Nie je to?
I mentioned, every single character in the game uses the same system, so we need that diversity and also the ability to make charismatic, interesting characters as well.
Neviem, toto mi príde ako Cezar. Neviem vôbec, keď tak píšte, hádajte, neviem. toto mi povedzte, kto to je.
Obviously the animation, again, it's a generic system, we can animate all the characters in the game, and that's the benefit of using a standardized system for all the characters as well.
Vin Diesel. Len mu dá ako chyba, rozsvalý, ne?
Let's have, as you can see, we're already able to create very cool characters, and we're so looking forward to see our creative players' work creations. And we will make this tool so that it's easy for a player to sing their own faces and also share them with each other. Let's have Phil choose a character.
Yeah, characters.
Anyone you like specifically? We should continue on this.
We'll continue with the Star Wars one.
Let's go. Okay, cool. Let's jump back into the game. Alright, so now we've got a gameplay song. I'll take a little bit through what you can see here right now. If we zoom out, this is the overworld map, right? So it's the same as the previous games. We have an overworld map. It's Calradia, but expanded more to the east and to the south.
Tohle asi tichšie, proste musím dokumentovať z toho. Tá mapa úžasne spravili, označili také hlavné veľké mestá a ostatné proste, mapa je väčšia, oblasť väčšia, tam to viac, to jasne hovorí, len je to temená sú dobré suno, tam je práve, tu sú podmenená, ale teraz to taký bolo. Ale proste, grafika zlepšená, vizualita na stránke, je to úžasne zrateľnými, mnoho vecami ľudí.
Let's jump back to our character.
Sounds good.
And this is our party. You can see we have 4 people in the party, represented by the number 4. It's purple for the Southern Empire. If this is not a big enough army to fight a battle, right? So we've got to go get our garrison. It's over in the town of Monticio, just south of this river. The way movement works is, when we click on the map, time progresses, right? So it's simultaneous movement, same from the previous games. And when we stop, time pauses, it's the same for the previous games. Let's go towards Monticio then and pick up our troops. There's a new feature actually found as well. You can garrison your troops in different towns, ally towns. They also help defend it in a siege, and it allows you to go and take care of personal tasks or quests. You can have a small party if you need to.
And is that like an automated process then if you garrison something?
Yeah, if your garrison is in an ally town, they'll join the defense of the siege. Okay, so what we've encountered here is a small party of bandits on our front way to Monticio. There's 16 of them, we consider they're looters. We're slightly outnumbered, but 6 looters tend to run around with sort of tattered rags and kitchen knives and that kind of thing. We should be able to take them down.
Nechám vám komentovať, tuto tieto obrázky sú úžasne spravené. Pohľad, konečne vidno, tým to bolo tak, že ste mali malú ikonku a tam ste videli cíl a to sa malo. Teraz je to rozšírené, všetko je pekne spravené, aj tento prehľadač, vlastne keď sa načítalo. Pri súboji, ak si všimnete, tu sú hneď rozložené vojska, je taktiež, tam hore máte, koľko mužov máte, vlastne prvá, druhá, tretia lajna, viete si ich dať dokopy, čo je super. Neviem, či si všimnete, ale mi sa to zdalo všetko o niečo zrýchlené. Ako v Mount & Blade, áno, vo Warbande to bolo dosť rýchle, ako sekanie všetko. A neviem, tu mi to príde malinko, tam aj keď ste napínali luk, tak vlastne zoberieš ich nápneš, dlho to trvá. Tuto to išlo rýchlo. Neviem, takto sa nevšimnete, ale teraz tu vpravo vlastne ide hneď k nemu, on skáza konia a hneď tu. A ešte tu a je dole. Je tam stále tá neverbálnosť, že klupa na klupu idú, to sa isto zmení, ale my sa tam poriadne také štýle boja nezmenilo závratné a to som rád, lebo ten boj bol tam hore signalizuje koľko s klupom, to máte super postava hovorím. Tu menší klupčík, ale vlastne tu poznamenával na to, že keď sekáte, tak viete trafiť viac nepriateľov naraz. Teraz 2, 3. Takže v tomto klobu dole. Konečne to bude, no ako stále, keď sa na vás jak letia, keď sa na vás hne klupa, tak nič, ale proste tie klupy, všetko super. To blokovanie, ten atak, teraz ho ukáže.
attacking, you choose the direction. It's very, very intuitive, but it's also very deep as well. Players have spent hundreds, thousands of hours even mastering it, connecting there.
Neviem teda, či to vidíte tak skreslenie a rozmazanie ako ja, ale to je chyba. Táto tabulka je veľmi zaujímavá, vidíte, koľko ste zabili, koľkých koho, koľkých mám ostali, to je super, to sa mi páči. Lutovanie, to neviem ešte ako je tam presne dané, ale teraz ak si všimli máš 4 zo 4. Hej, aj to tam mal hlavných hrdinov, niektorých, mohol berec zbranie, nič. A hlavne tie animačky sa hýbu. To je veľké plus, sa mi páči. No, takže má 4 zo 4. On jediný tam zdraví, každý má tam okolo 10%. Hej. Teraz pôjde do otrysí a uvidíte, čo sa stane. Neviem, či to je len cheat alebo čo, istotne, lebo tam má len max kapacitu zo 4. No, uvidíme, vidíte.
And that's what fuels our economy. You know, as they take their goods to the town, they get manufactured as secondary goods, sold at the marketplace, and we take about those profits. We really need all the portion of our economy working in a simulation to have enough money to pay the wages of our soldiers and then take on the large battle as well.
Yeah, it's a really dynamic process, right? So even if something's interrupted while you're on the ground, while you're doing something out, that would happen.
Exactly, and the great thing about this is well, you can use this to your advantage, right? You don't have anything, you can go and harass all of his villagers, be a bad name yourself essentially. You can starve his economy, you can see the results of the battle, you see that he has less troops, lower level troops, above troops, so paying the economy for them, and everything has an effect, an effect on the south.
But it will make the battles against that world easier down the line.
Let's jump to a city that
Right, so on the roadmap, when we come to a city, we get this menu with the options that we have. We can go directly to the town or join a tournament.
Nastavenia mesta, už nemusíte preklikovať, všetko tu máte pekne zrozumiteľné. Hore máte vlastne, či je to hra provincia, či tam je lord, kto ho zastupuje, koľko jedinčia tam vpravo. Viete si tam zistiť aj akú armádu disponuje a presne koľko účastníkov má, koľko má, no tu že to je hlavný lord, tavern, tam je lord hall, central, tuto vlastne 523 a 100. Na jednej, čo budú útočiť, som spočítal až okolo 650, 670 ľudí. Tak som zvedavý, ako to tam bude, ak nebude to na Battle Sizer, tak úžas. Ak si povedáte v Bauer Bande tú krčmu, vyzerala úplne hrozne. Tuto krása. Viem, tá grafika, istotne veľa ľudia budú úplne s prepáčením nadáva na ňu, ale my, čo sme si ohrali niekoľko tisíc hodín na Bauer Bandu, tak vieme, že toto je skok, úplne rapidný skok. A ďalšia zaujímavá vec, čo teraz vlastne ukážu, keď ste chodili do týchto krčiem, tak ste si vedeli zobrať nejakých hrdinov, keď tak nejakých vojakov, ktorí niečo vlastne, vedeli ste si ich pridať na svoju stranu. Tu sa stane taká zaujímavá vec, on ho vlastne prehovorí, nech ide s ním, áno, enter to my party, a on povie OK, follow me, nasleduj ma a on za ním pôjde. To je super vec. Z dvoch dôvodov, ktoré o chvíľu budú ukázané.
Okay, so we find ourselves in the marketplace. We're taking a look around the scene, but first we want to go out to Planet to gather up the rest of our parade attack. So, guys who have before, they're now walking around the town and everything, and this will take us to go find them all, gather them, and bring them to our side.
Povedal niečo z druhého hlavnejšie. Čo som to, že spomínal ľudí a hľadá verbuje ľudí. To mesto je plné ľudí, tam využívame. Ten predáva chleba, obilie, zeleninu, ten meso, tam je kováč. Je to úžasné. Iba tých ľudí, koľko tam je, v tom mestečku. To je mega. Má ten klíč, jak sa volá, teraz strál, a verbuje vám ľudí. Čo je super, keď takto mesta naverujú na to viac. A ešte keď idú za vami,
because like everything in composition of the interactive. So is that in like real time? Is he literally running into where the trains are?
What we have here is so what we're going to show now is by taking the fact that it's a new feature, it's a highly requested feature, it's something we're excited about as well. And
so you said that we're confronted by a group of thugs. What they've done here is they've taken over this alley and they're running some sort of criminal activity. We're not going to take any back talk from them, so we're going to, what we can do is we can beat them up and make sure that they don't beat us.
Go on, get it.
So now that we cleared this area of thugs, we also get the option to place one of our own companions to guard it from other criminal activity to the right. And we can also, if we place the right kind of companion, we can start our own criminal.
Tu som to až tak veľmi proste neboli guardi, radšej obraňovali, oni ich porazili teraz a on si tam dal vlastnú posledku, aby to tam strážili.
So this can of course cause a strain in our relationship, but we're going to do it anyway. Why not?
Presne si tam strážili, ale bude zaujímavé to zistiť.
Okay, so Hannah Ray Texas Devon talking about the private enterprise which we are running. So I mentioned before that in the marketplace you have the writing sellers. All the terms you find in the marketplace, they're essentially they represent the town. So all the profits that they make go to the local law. You also have a Bannerlord private enterprise. So this can be owned by not necessarily the local law, a different law in the faction, law from a different faction. It can be owned by merchants, even the players as well. And so this is it's a more legitimate way of making money. Right? It's a more legitimate enterprise than like crime. There's also a lot of different enterprises you can take part as well. This one happens to be a blacksmith. We have some things like potters, weavers, armorsmiths, there's a whole bunch of breweries, wineries. This is a blacksmith. What we can do is we can craft weapons here as well. We showed this feature before, but now what we're going to do, first time ever, is make a weapon live on stage.
Ten crafting, čo som už spomínal, vytvorte si vlastnú zbraň. Ďalšie, čo do toho pridali, tam máte vlastne tabuľku, čo koľko dáva. Máte random, máte, že si nastavíte sami. Ale viete si nastaviť dĺžku čepele, proste zbraň je rozdelená na 4 časti. Čepel, ručka, tá úchytka na, teraz čo som vybal, čo chytá čepel a vlastne výmec dolný, čo vám vlastne, to je jedno. Proste 4 časti, áno, tu si ho vlastne nastavíte, aký chcete. Nastavíte si, môžete si spraviť katanu, to je super. Proste nastavíte si, aká veľká zbraň to má byť, či jednoručka, či dvojručka, to si potom tiež tam vlastne ukáže. Akú má úchytku, aká veľká má byť, alebo aká dlhá, a pozrite asi najvyšší. Je to menšia čepel, ale väčšia úchytka, tým pádom lepší scoring.
For a tremendous amount of variation. And just like with the visual-based customization, it's a standardized system. So all of the melee weapons in the game also now use this system. It's not just a player weapon. Any weapon you find there is made up of different parts. So what you might do is you might take a little prisoner, execute him, take his weapon, and then use that to kill his whole family as well. If you want to do that, you can do that in our game. Obviously that kind of freedom of death. Then we can also inspect it, take a good look at the inventory, build the magic custom. See what we can put in the game. Let's make an axe as well. We can give it to one of our companions. Just throw it around. Okay, great. This is perfect. Okay, so we can pick this weapon directly by our companion.
Tuto vidíte to proste, má 65, ability 63 zo 65. Neviem čo, kedy, či dával cheat alebo niečo. No vlastne ale už má väčšiu armádu. Teraz vlastne príde k svojmu priateľovi. Tam hore ide vlastne koľko má 60 a 63 ľavo hore. Vidíte ako početnú armádu. Vlastne teraz sa spýta, či sa kumuje čím spraví escort. On vlastne nie je to na escortu na 10 minút. Tam je OK, tu máš to, tam dodať kódu alebo niečo. V tomto je super, že bola aj na koľko dní, kedy, koľko, dúfam, že aj bude upoznávať, že sorry, musím ísť. Hovoríme, proste nám si išli s vami, ale po dlhšej dobe sa jeden odišiel, druhý, tretí a museli za ním. Tuto je to aspoň dále. A ide hneď vedľa vás. Super.
One of the things talking to you previously, you said a lot about the game is trying to make information more easily accessible.
Yeah,
I assume like down the bottom there, everything's sort of within easy reach.
Yeah, right. I mean, the previous game was pretty bare bones when it gets to UI and we fed information. So what we've done here is we're presenting on the world map extra information about how much food you have, morale, your current goal, troops. Just very useful little just to make it easy to play the game and it's a streamlined process of managing your party. So now we head towards Melania. We're actually going to fight this guy Efren, who's just guarding the corner.
Tu vám to trochu spomalíme. A vrátime aj späť. Takže má 130, čo je super, bude veľká armáda. A hneď na začiatku, no na začiatku, ale sledujte na Charas. Dobre, teraz, boom. Neviem, či to vidíte tak ako ja. Infantry 365, kavaléria 149, rangetka 32, 300, 400, 530, dobre, okolo 500 niečo. Jedno mesto. To je super. Môžu byť nejaké možno tisícové armády. Teda neviem, či to zvládnu počítače, ale aspoň tých 500, lepšie ako 20 proti 20, nie? Keď sa stretnú väčšie armády ako kedysi.
We're going to take you through now sort of large battle and show you the ways that we can improve these games. Obviously, because it's such a central part of the game, it's really important for us to work on it and improve it as much as possible. So Ekron's going to give us a fairly hostile response and we'll war with him.
Ja nemôžem proste, ako už vyzerajú súprovo.
But it's not necessarily going to attack us on sight. You might be a bit aggressive. We actually outnumbering slightly here.
Tam vľavo vlastne vidíte počet síl. Oni to zase ukážu. Vľavo hore tento Ekarat má 129 vlakov. Vy so spoločnosťou toho druhého 134. Vidíte, to všetko je prehľadné.
He's a bit of a tough old guy, so we must have a bit of a fight on hands. Let's just deliver our terms and get straight to the fight. Okay, so we showed you before.
No, teraz to bude ukazovať, koľko čoho má a v strede X-ko, krížik, vlastne spojené meče 129, 134. Pomer síl a koľko ku komu sa pridáva.
Again, here's a bit of extra information about the parties involved. You can see Ekron, of course, when you have some larger battles, you can have multiple, does have some boards on either side and get the bigger fights going. Let's just jump in the attack and get into the fight. So you see all these characters we've met as well, Ekron, and they're all going to be in the fight themselves. Waiting for different at the moment to level up cavalry. Ekron going to be on the other side. So Sten, what's your battle plan? First I want to see what the enemy is.
Sledujú tu teraz hlavne tie pohyby, aké sú realistické. Fakt je to dosť reálne, aj keď sa zdvihne na tom koni.
So we've really developed the battle breaker properties there, as I mentioned. We of course have 4 troops on Springboard, we've had that from previous games. And on top of that, we try to make it much more deep and much more interesting as well. So it's not just...
Ako som spomínal, stále ako klasický na Monobel 19 čo kde kam. Máte tu teraz rozdelené prvá, druhá, tretia línia. Nie, že by to predtým nebolo, vtedy to bolo v takých neprehľadných tabulkách. Vidíte 73 armády, klasickej pechoty, 39 archerov a 21 pechota. Je to prehľadné, je to prehľadnejšie a hlavne bude vidieť, koľko ešte koho máte.
It seems like Egbert he's holding out this hill. Much more detail with the commands we can give as well. I think we can sort of draw out information from the map, group up in different ways, greatly improved and advanced the actual command.
And the other lord that you tagged along with you, do you have full control over that?
Because he's following us, we're with a battle. He's going to take part. You can see we have obviously Empire troops here as well, so they have their sort of Imperial archers. And obviously this mountain blade, you know, we have no kind of godlike fantasy powers. We're completely vulnerable in this fight as well, so we have to consider our own self-preservation as we're commanding our troops over at the battle. One thing also that we have to mention here is that all of these troops, I think because of Mountain Blade game, they have their own AI, so they're all fighting in their own attacks and blocks and moving in their own way. There's nothing sort of, there's not a general AI, there's a little bit of the individual troops, and then we have also the level of AI, which is tactical as well, which is control of information that happens in the battle. There's a bunch of cool new AI features as well, so they have like self-preservation. So if they feel like they're too far away from their buddies, their allied soldiers, they're going to run back into formation and sort of rethink what they're doing as well.
So what I want to do here is, I see that there's a liquid landscape between these two things. And I want to learn the other lore and the some of the stories for all of them down here, so that if I get overhead and they try to flee, they have to run on. And then I have to catch them. So I'm not sure if we're going to respond to this game. I'm going to put my infantry down to maybe get some of these troops to attack. Now I'll be ready with my horsemen. Actually, I should put them in a flank position.
We want to draw up this hill. And obviously we have
oh, they're already coming.
Egbert's gone for the charge. Oh my god, no. So we're setting up cavalry for the counter charge right now. Egbert has decided that he's going to catch up to the valley while he's weak. He's obviously our troops is quite momentum there as well.
Neviem, či ste si to všimli ako ja, je tu v tomto pokrok. Bude tu strašný chaos, čo je úžasné, lebo predtým kavaléria, keď vám vstúpila do vojakov, proste stála na mieste a sekala sa. Tu vojde, prebije sa tým, spraví okruh a zase sa vracia naspäť, čo je takticky výhodnejšie a je to reálnejšie, pretože tak by to robili hlavný základ je narážať koňom, keď ste na kavalérii, nebudete tam, jednete sa s koňom a čudme sa.
What we're having to do is send our cavalry in, and the fight is obviously now starting to break up. The first march at the moment, so they're required to fight. Because we can join the battle as well, so we can maybe try and have some other troops. So we're using the swords we craft obviously in this battle as well. So we're going to do some damage. The Valandian light charge is pretty strong. We managed to do a pretty good job taking it down. We still have to deal with those soldiers on the hill though, so we sort of
A vidíte, hore, prvú kavalériu, 52 mal taký 73. Ukazuje vlastne červené, koľko ich tam ešte ostáva a koľko má. Super.
Obviously helpful to take out your enemy commander as well. He might charge anyway. They've got a bit of defense, but they come out the hill towards us. But I think we have slightly more troops on the battlefield. You can still what are you doing? It's taking us very much Mountain Blade. We can dismount the aircraft, dismount the fight as well. We're all of our troops right now and the final push.
It's just a test one.
Take out the last level. Okay, I think we just want to get the upper hand.
Viděli jste jako zlezl k vám? Trochu to zpomalí. Takže dává do něho, seká, boom, vykrylo úplně superovo. Sorry za tu kockovou grafiku, ale to si jisto všimnete. Prostě načahuje se do něho, seká ho a boom, kloň. Zhodil ho na zem.
Just popped up there, skill points and stuff, that's still, the whole RPG side is still there, so all the weak skills you can level up.
What happened?
I got messed up.
Okay, yeah, so when we get taken out, if you no longer forced to sort of go through the simulation, we can watch the rest of the fight, but we now can't give any more orders, so we're reliant on our troops to take over the rest of this fight. We can of course finish it quickly and let the mission play out, but also do some watching out. We get some extra information above through the actual screen. So we can see exactly how the battle's going. So currently we're just about winning. Majority of veterans are always taken down. You can see how much troops are doing there as well in terms of the kills they're getting, how many have run away, how many have been killed.
And the fact that we've been taken out will have an effect on their morale.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think we're doing well enough to see it through though. We've got quite some troops left. I think it's just a case of taking out the last few. Here we are, yeah. So the quality of our troops is enough to see us in the battle and it's going to advance. The Southern Empire war effort again, keep up that, yeah. Great work, guys. Okay, so as we head out now, the British battle group, as I mentioned, we get the extra information there. We can see that our Imperial Horsemen did particularly well. How did yeah, I think we're going to go 1-0. How did our Nihon go? 1-0. We didn't do too well, to be honest, so we can't really criticize. Okay, so let's head out, and once again we're going to take prisoners. We can upgrade our troops from here as well. Let's just grab a few. Yeah, perfect. And obviously we get much more loot here as well. We can take some of their supplies, equip ourselves directly for this screen. Alright, so once we head out, hopefully you can see now how all the different parts of the game, the working economy, the strategic aspects, they all come together in each other. So the battles that we have, they have a much wider impact. Now the landing faction is weakened, we can go forward, maybe we could be able to assault the Jareth later on. It's actually the end of our demo right now though, so thank you very much.
Dobre, takže asi sa rozličím aj ja. Dúfam, že som vás neunudil a že ste sa bavili a tešíte sa na